My very best friend died in a car accident when I was 16 years old. That was the hardest blow emotionally that I have ever had to endure. Suddenly, you realize tomorrow might not come. Now I live by the motto, today is what I have. I've always been a private person, and I've always valued my private life. You feel better when you're eating food that retains nutritional value. We didn't take Charlie's parents seriously until she did Monster and became physically ugly. I would love to see women be able to be powerful, complex, smart, opinionated and taken seriously, even if they are beautiful. Even though I don't believe in God, I feel strangely compelled to fight the atheist label. School was a waste of time for me. I was bored and left at 16. I started taking correspondence courses at college instead. I did incredibly well. I won an award for my grades. I was raised by my father. I was daddy's girl. I'm thankful for the work that feminists like Gloria Steinem have done. I am a feminist, but the geography for women today is vastly different than it was in the 60s. I went to a Catholic school but did not really fit in. I have been in my fair share of both on-screen and off-screen fights. I grew up in Texas, and people love their American-made muscle cars there. I grew up around people who loved cars and took care of cars, and my dad's the big car nut, so I learned a little bit about cars, how to love them, most importantly. I think that from the time I could remember, I've always envisioned myself in a vintage muscle car. My favorite thing is to do crossword puzzles. I do the New York Times one every morning. Then I go to the barn to see my horse. Young women from a very young age are taught that life will be easier if you can't just turn on a charming smile and say very little and be complacent and docile and sweet. I don't imagine myself, my work, or my life fitting into any kind of standardized path. In fact, the idea of there even being a standard freaks me out a lot. I am a proud member of the LGBT community and could never bear the idea that someone could say I was closeted. Can you ever imagine yourself in a situation like Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie or Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, where the world feels like they have a stake in your private life? I would never want it. I would love to see women be able to be powerful, complex, smart, opinionated and taken seriously, even if they are beautiful. Even more, I would love to see women held to different standards, other than the superficial ones that we're held to. I used to be very interested in the history of women's rights in this country and in other countries. I tried to learn as much as I could about it, and more than anything, I would be called gay. It was phenomenal. But if a boy has something to say, he is appreciated. He's even popular. If a girl says something, it's instantly a threat. I personally think that if you deny something or if you hide something, you're inadvertently admitting it's wrong. Every article I've read about myself always winds up concluding that I am not, in fact, completely stupid. It requires bravery to do something no one else around you is doing,